Hello everybody, welcome to Manga Boy. Read the manga. Should you read this manga? Anyways, it's a little bit of a shake of what I've been doing where I tell you if I recommend reading the series or not. So we've got quite a few things on the docket today. We've got to start off with Baron the Cat Returns. So, this is a really kind of quick read. It's a remake of, I guess it's actually the original graphic novel, which The Cat Returns is based off of. If you have seen this movie, I would say that's good enough. I don't think you should read this unless you are really curious in it. Pretty much this girl saves a cat, gets spirited away by the cats, and is roped into marrying a cat. If she does marry the cat, she will turn into a cat forever. These cats are anthropomorphic creatures. They're not like cats, but they were like people at some point, I guess. They kind of hint at. Some of them were. It is a very okay read. I really remember liking the movie more than this. I haven't seen it in a long time though. So stick to the movie on this. Don't really recommend grabbing the manga in case you're unless you're a huge fan. Shaman King, the last volume. This series, I also would say, it starts off really good. The series here is pretty much done in one chapter in this volume, and then the rest of it is leading into Flowers. A little bit of, follow-up one-shot stories. There are quite a few paragraphs. Let me see if I can find some like this, where it's just paragraph of text of what happened to other people in the series. Again, there's not really any huge spoilers I could tell you here because most people, one of my biggest gripes with the series is death is irrelevant. And if you die a lot, you should be the strongest ever. So it's kind of annoying there. But it's one of those series where I had a really good time with it up until a certain point. Once it got really towards the end, you could tell the author was done. He's like, I'm not having this series anymore. And that was that. Hopefully Flowers is a little bit better because the author seems to have their motivation back, I suppose is a way to say it. So fingers crossed. Gantz, the reason you're here. Gantz, I definitely recommend. Again, every character in this series, they don't have plot armor. They're dying, they're alive, or they're going to die. The series is a lot of fun. Pretty much a team of people who recently died get sent to kill these bizarre aliens. I really enjoy this series, and anybody can die, whether it's be during the mission or afterwards. It does not matter. They will live or they will not live. Really cool alien designs here per usual, or monster designs, I suppose. This one goes all the way up to this huge massacre, and there's this Buddhist monk type alien. Our characters get a little bit stronger and better ability with their suits up to here. Again, this series I do strongly recommend. I think it's a lot of fun. Apparently if you don't like blood and violence, you probably won't like this as much, but who would watch this channel if they don't like blood, gore, and violence? All right, so probably a lot of people because I don't cover a lot of that kind of stuff, but the omnibuses are definitely a great way to experience scans. I've heard the online scans are not quite as good. There's none official by Dark Horse out at this point, so you're kind of stuck with either getting the omnis or by just dealing with a less than ideal translation, apparently. But Gantz is a godfather of a lot of memes, so I really recommend checking it out if you haven't ever checked it out. It's one of those manga where I think everybody should at least try to read. Strongly recommend Gantz. Volume 19 and 20 of Noragami. So I haven't read Noragami a lot since these two volumes, but Noragami, we wrap up the heaven trial or God trial arc here. And we kind of go into a little bit of in-between arc. We find that Yuki has a new love life. Whoa, that was kind of a big twist. And Yato gets a new ally with Kazuma, which was awesome. I really enjoyed this team up. Kazuma, of course, being Baisha, I can't remember how to say her name. The goddess of war, her, right-hand man. So to have the two team up is quite a twist. Did not see it coming. Big fan of it. Really like where that's going. So Shaman, that's how you say it. It's a crazy name. Anyways, that has an excellent transformation, and we have a little bit of a deeper dive into the end game here, which I'm really excited. But you can see here that the outfit that Yato gets from this new setup, he gets a kind of a scarf with a I don't know what to describe this as. It gets to turn into a bow and arrow or sword and dagger kind of a deal here. So I really enjoy. The scabbard turns into like where you would arc a bow, and then the sword's the arrow. I really enjoy that outfit. I think that is such a cool weapon design, so I had to show it off. Sorry if you didn't want to see it, but you did want to see it. Otherwise, you weren't going to read it. Now you gotta read it. So we're getting kind of, really towards the end game. It seems to be identifying us to, Yuki, not Yuki. Yato has really had enough, and he's after his father. So fingers crossed, something big happens here. I know that we are actually reaching the end of the literal volumes coming out too. So it should be an interesting wrap up. Blue Box. I've been a fan of the series since it started coming out, and I somehow skipped volume 3 and read right to volume 4. I thought that it was a bit odd how Chinatsu was acting towards Taigi, but now that I have read this volume, it makes a little bit more sense. It seems like she realized that Hina was more interested in Taiki, and she kind of is trying to step aside to let her, develop feelings for him, because it doesn't seem like she's aware that he has feelings for her. And so we're going to get into this kind of a love triangle thing. This is definitely more of a slice of life / rom-com manga story than it is a sports. In my opinion, it does have sport elements in it, but they are certainly not the focus of them. I am a big fan of that, but like you can tell at the end, they cover like a tournament. It's like 2 chapters long, and then it's like the end. And then at the beginning of the next volume, you may as well have thought that it was just like a practice match or something. Like you'd hardly even know that they had this like big tournament thing. So that's kind of funny. I do strongly recommend, or not strongly, I do recommend this manga. I don't, feel like you'd have to read it or anything like that. But if you're a fan of rom-com, slice of life, or sports manga, even just casual ones, this would be more up your alley. It's not the intense one that we may be used to with Slam Dunk and other series like Eye Shield 21, but it is still a lot of fun and definitely a more casual take on the sports manga genre that we don't get too much of. As you can see here, we don't have too many different volumes. We've got 5 volumes, 5 different series here. So a little bit of a shorter episode today, but this is what I read. This, I really recommend right here, these two series. Recommend, mixed recommendation. Kind of don't recommend Baron the Cat Returns. Please let me know what you guys thought about today's video down below in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm off my effing rocker and I need to get knocked the fuck out with these opinions? Let me know all that stuff down below, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.